Phoenix Fan Fusion. I was out in Phoenix and then MCM. But I feel like this one's probably the grandest one of the ones I've been to so far. Just like the overall like attendance, you know, it's super wild. Sorry, my phone's on loud. I need to turn that off. I don't know why I have that on.
It's quite crazy for me. I've come over from the UK for this.
Yeah, I went to the UK just now, like last month.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed you at that one, unfortunately.
No.
But I'm here, so, you know,
That's
it's all good. And we don't have anything like this back home.
Oh, really?
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Even MCM London, which is probably our biggest.
Yeah, I think that one's the big one.
Yeah, it's like 3 days, twice a year. But even that's nothing compared to this.
Huge. And I have a lot of friends that come, and that have been coming for a few years. Sorry, our agent is talking to us. Oh shoot, like we missed it. Or is this one? We're in the interview room now. Jen and I. There's 6 of us, and so like one agent, and we're all like kind of have.
Must be a little bit like trying to herd cats to get everybody
Yeah,
in
no,
one
it
place
is.
at
And poor
the same
Christy's
time.
like pulling at. You two have to be over there, and you two need to be over there, and then. But then also like our badges. So I've been like going on this, and I have a travel letter from him that tells us the interviews, and I haven't been looking at the travel letter. I'm like, what interviews? All right, I think we're gonna just do this one together. Sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
We're bright. We match. We're good to go.
Very, very colourful. Love it. Okay.
Sit up straight. All right.
So, I mean, first of all, if you want to just introduce yourselves and the characters that you play.
Hi, my name is Samantha Ireland. I play Nora from Ruby and the Flower Scouts from Camp and CT from Red vs. Blue, all with Rooster Teeth Productions.
My name is Jen Brown, and I voice Pyrrha Nikos on Ruby, as well as Lisa Lavender. I'm also Agent Carolina on Red vs. Blue, Harley Quinn for DC Universe Online, as well as Lashina and Hecate and a few other random voices. I think that's most of it.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Well, did you guys think that the show's Ruby would just blow up the way that it did?
No. I mean, we knew it was a good show.
Right, and we knew it was special. Like when you look at the Red trailer and all the stuff that Monty would show us, like we knew it was special, but
not to like take. And
right.
It took off so fast too. It was like when they premiered like whatever at RTX that year that we went to. It was insane. Like our whole hall was filled. And
well, all that had come out was the trailer, and there were already people dressed as the characters,
just from,
like all from the trailer, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah, like, I remember like my dad went with me that time, and he was like, "What is this? Like this is incredible!" So it was cool to have my dad like see that. But yeah, no, it's pretty rad that it like took off as it did. You know,
it's very rad. Yeah,
What
that's
are your
the perfect way to put it?
What are your fondest memories of working on Volume 1 before it really kind of blew up?
Oh my gosh. Just working with Monty. He was such a kind man. And
he was also a weirdo in the best way
Yeah.
ever. So it was just like he was kind, but he was also just fun to be around.
And his mind was really fascinating, and I don't know, it was really special to just be able to work with him. So.
I'm going to interrupt for just 1 second because everybody has shown up, so you can kind of start afresh.
Yeah. All right, there we erase that, and then we go there. That was just practice round, guys. Hello.
Hi.
I guess we'll sit in order.
I've got some crackers and other more cans of stuff back here. Even.
Chocolate.
Kit Kat.
See the Kit Kats? Dude, fuck Whoppers. Get Kit Kat. Ooh, malted milk balls.
Oh. Yeah, Cocoa and Velvet.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I love it. You've been like adventurous with your hair color. Thanks.
I am loving the blue. It's awesome.
Yeah, very fun.
Just her sunglasses and her nails.
Secrets are too clean.
Oh, very color coordinated.
She had her sunglasses on earlier, and I was like, "Your hair matches your sunglasses." Like the lens, you know, it's like the blue one. She's like,
This is the new
"I
one.
know." It's like cute. Sorry.
And then tomorrow
No,
I'm
no,
just
it's fine.
Gotta
It's
do
fine.
B-roll.
You want to get your other intro?
Yeah, so I've already done it with these lovely ladies, but if you could just say who you are and who you play in Ruby.
Of course. Yeah, I guess we'll go down the line. Hi, I'm Lindsay Jones. I play Ruby Rose.
And I'm Kara Eberly, and I voice Weiss-Shneen.
I'm Erin Zeck, and I voice Blake Belladonna.
I'm Barbara Dunkelman, and I voice Yang Xiaolong.
Thank you very much.
And I have chocolate.
In my house.
Hello. It's the loudest chocolate.
Where did you get the Diet Coke?
It was upstairs for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the questions I've just asked was what your fondest memories are of working on Volume 1 before you knew how big the show was going to be.
I think we all kind of have similar memories, but for me, it's Monty approaching us to play our characters. We're in very, I was going to say the same thing, yes.
Yeah.
We're in a very unique position where with this show, I mean, we did have auditions, but even before that, Monty was interested in having his friends or people he trusted in the show. So he came to us with that, which we're honored for. And said, hey, here are your character concepts, here's like the whole entire show, because I have everything planned out, let's do it. And yeah, so I think that's going to stick out for me for a while.
Exactly, yeah, definitely the start of it, you know, Monty coming up and asking, and then as well, like something kind of funny that I remember from season 1 was like the first time in the recording booth, I was so nervous that Miles actually had to be in there like with me because I was too scared to like be in the room by myself and be recording, so I had to work like off of him, like he was just standing there reading the lines, like the other lines, but it was so funny, and now I'm like, why'd that matter if he was on the other door? It's so silly to me, so it was funny.
I've actually got a similar story for my moment. This was the first time that I'd done voice acting. Like, I've got the theater background and everything, but I've never, like, not played off of somebody, especially for stuff like efforts, which are the noises that you make whenever, like, you hit something or someone hits you, that kind of thing. And I didn't really know how to do it, so I had Miles come in the booth and pretend to hit me, and he accidentally actually hit me.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it was accidental. I was, like, it's a funny story. He didn't, like, mean to hit me, obviously. So yeah, Miles is very accommodating.
Very.
Yeah, it's a perfect effort.
Yeah, it's very real.
It's almost, I'm method. What can I say?
I think my favorite moment from Volume 1 is probably the first RTX Ruby panel we ever did.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just because we were backstage while they were showing the first episode, and just the energy in that room already from a show that nobody knew really much about, that we had just released one trailer, or actually at the time I guess all the trailers had come out, but it was just palpable.
You
And,
could feel the energy, it really was.
And I think like
Good
that
word.
was kind of the moment that we knew that this was going to be bigger than what we expected.
I do remember that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So true.
Kara's getting really worked up.
Well, speaking of Monty and his creation of the show, you guys know if there's an end in sight, or we're gonna get like 20 more years? I'm fine with 20 more.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay.
Old play.
You'll be using your scythe as a cane.
like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Instead of the world of remnants, the world of retirement home.
Yeah, no, oh my god, I want that now. I want to see that now.
I think Miles and Carrie have publicly said that there's going to be between 10 and 12 seasons.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Sorry.
obviously that doesn't include any potential spin-offs.
Ew.
What?
What?
Sly and Blake would make the best spin-off. Just
Yes.
throwing that out there.
Yeah.
What about Sly and Weiss
What
and Bees Weiss?
about a time when maybe someone was still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little prequel.
Lisa Lavender?
Oh, she is still alive. She's not dead.
Who's to say she could be dead?
Ooh, an interview show with Lisa Lavender.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
She interviews all the
Shows.
other characters and perfect.
What if like the World of Remnant is just a reality TV show? And then like we go on the interview show with Lisa Lavender, so like, Pyrrha, what did it feel like when you died? It's like, oh God, it was crazy.
Turns out Weiss is like some sort of like white trash, like.
She is not meant to that.
Oh my God, you have a problem.
But then she could open a beer bottle with her teeth, like
She
you.
could.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Or no, a champagne.
Didn't know the
bottle.
color white
There
was
you
for
go.
white trash. Now I know.
Oh, get it? White trash, white. Oh, I didn't even
There
mean
you
to do
go.
that.
Yeah, I thought you meant to do that on purpose.
Beautiful.
I didn't. I was actually worried about using the phrase white trash because I thought it might be offensive, but I was like, who would it be offensive?
It's 1 a.m.
Well, you're white.
I know, I get that. So that's why sorry.
This is great.
We banter a lot.
One thing I wanted to know, what were you most surprised to learn about the world of Remnant?
I keep seeing the different types of Grimm expand. Like I don't know why, but I always thought that it was just like going to be these few groups of animals. But we've got like a water dragon. That
Whole
was so
species
cool.
of Grimm.
Yeah.
A few different
It's
species.
a whole
yeah.
thing. And then the elephants, they're super cute. Yeah, that kind
Grimm
of
should not be
surprised me.
cute, but
But
they
no,
are.
Well, they're cute. They're real cute.
They're real
Yeah.
cute. See, I'm looking forward to
Cute. They are.
domesticated Grimm. You know that exists somewhere. There's someone with like a Grimm lapdog. It's like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You know Cinder's got one.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, of course. Oh, of
Somewhere.
Or Salem, sorry. Or maybe Cinder.
I was
She's got
surprised to
the
learn about the maidens, I think.
Yeah, the maidens.
Because that was completely, like, I didn't know too much about where the show was going.
yeah.
I tried to keep myself a little bit not in the know so I could be surprised.
Yeah.
And when the whole maiden story kind of came along, I was like, oh, damn, this is like real magic. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think
Yeah.
it was more the magical sense that probably was more surprising.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like how grand it is and how just all these ideas are kind of just coming to fruition. It's, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty grand. So.
I like the geography as well. Like, there's so many different types of places, like Menagerie compared to Atlas.
Yeah. I like just being like a huge anime and video game nerd. I figured it would happen, but it's kind of like my hope has been rewarded earlier on in the show when we talked about combining weaponry and attacks and using other people's weapons with like dust chambers. I was like,
Yeah.
please, if
Oh,
they're
so
elemental
dope.
attacks, you have to borrow someone else's. And then Blake started doing her shadow clones using like, all the dust that was given her. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
awesome. You get like fire clones.
Yeah.
I was like,
Using all
oh,
the
that's so cool.
glyphs. Black glyphs. So cool.
Well, I know they announced that season 7's coming.
Yes.
Is there anything you can tell us?
Well, let me tell you all about season 7.
No.
Because I know everything.
we're in
We
Atlas.
were allowed to say, I was told that we're in Atlas, and you know who is from Atlas, so we might see more of Atlas, because we're in Atlas, and we're in Atlas. That's exactly what Carrie and Miles told me. They said, you can say that.
Wait,
Just say Atlas like
wait,
6
no,
times.
Kara, wait, where are we?
Where is this located?
Atlanta. Wait, Atlas.
There you go.
That's Atlas.
Atlantica.
Atlantis.
Here we
There we
go.
go.
It's a Little Mermaid too.
I don't
Little
know. I've
Mermaid.
been saying that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversations that come to the table. That's how I feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
It'll be
Oh!
interesting.
No, I can't say anything.
Some real
I gotta
serious
say
stuff.
it.
Well, some
Yeah.
chats.
Yeah. Blake cuts her hair.
Yes.
Well, we don't know if she cuts it or not
Yeah.
yet.
We went
Or somebody else cut it
It's
for
her
her.
gets
Chico,
cut.
man,
She has a shorter
Chico.
hair. Yeah, exactly.
All the girls have new hairstyles
Yeah.
except Yang.
Well, when you get your haircut, you don't
Because
say someone else cut
you
my
have,
hair.
yeah, you can't
But at
lose
least,
your
like,
perfection.
Straighten it or give it like a little half up, half
Can you
down.
imagine Yang every
side
morning
shave,
like
maybe.
straight?
Yeah.
Sorry, she'd be like, that'd be really cool.
I feel you.
Couldn't you just like burn it?
Maybe.
Like
Sure.
straighten it with like your magic stuff? I don't know.
Oh,
how
I
it
see
works.
what you mean.
I don't know what I'm
It'd be like
saying.
on low setting, like an
Yeah.
iron. Yeah.
Also, burnt hair is like the worst
That's
smell on the
worst
planet.
I guess it's like a shameless plug, but I don't care. So pre-orders have already come out for the Ruby, like, what do we call it? It's like an encyclopedia over Ruby, basically like a
Almanac?
Yeah, almanac. Thank you. a lot of other different IPs have done it before too, like Hyrule Historia. Now we have our version for Ruby. So if you want to learn more about the show or even have some things answered that you might not have noticed from the show, that will be in there.
Ultimate Companion, I think is
Yeah.
what it's called, something like
Yes.
that.
That's
And-
awesome.
Yeah.
So it's on Amazon.
I want
Check it out.
one.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they're actually
Yeah, we saw
affordable.
it.
I think I do too now.
Yes.
There
And
it
it
is.
goes into some of Volume 7 also, so I mean, like,
I should
the
actually
spoilers
look
won't be
at
out before the episode, don't worry, but if you have questions about it, that's where you should go.
Okay.
Read that.
Very cool.
Speaking of changing appearances and things, did you guys have any input into your Volume 7 costume changes?
No, because I would have had
Yeah.
more leather,
There you go.
more zippers, more
Yeah.
belts.
I'm pretty glad they didn't consult with me.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't, it was interesting, yeah.
I
They
probably would
surprised
have
us, we're like, "There's
lace instead of leather.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about the other girls, but I remember when the characters were initially being created, back before Volume 1 started with Monty. He actually asked me a couple times, like, what do you think of this look? Like, put some ideas in a folder of, like, different looks you like of different anime characters or costumes and stuff like that. So I think the original concepts from all the girls have kind of played through their outfits for every single volume. And, like, the animators and the artists are fantastic at adapting those into different
Right,
looks. So
definitely.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, not for the new outfits, but for the original outfits. Like, I remember wanting to live vicariously through Blake with long, luscious black hair. I'm getting there.
You are.
Slowly getting there.
You know what I will say though about their outfits? And the only reason I'm saying this is because I cosplayed for the first time in my life this morning as Pyranikos.
Beautiful.
And there is no way in hell that she got dressed every morning by herself. Zero chance. She had at least 3 people helping her put that thing on. Because
magnetized
I'm
it though.
telling you.
That's true.
She's magnet. She could have like.
I guess I could.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It could be held together by her willpower all day.
Now I need a flashback scene,
Yeah, right?
where Pyrrha goes Iron Man is like, suit me.
Or no, she meets Iron Man, she just all off of her because he like takes off.
Oh, yeah,
of
thank
her.
you.
He's like, oh,
She's 16. You're a teenager.
Gets naked in front of Iron Man.
No.
If the,
I was talking to her becoming Iron
magnetized.
Man, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like,
the opposite. Rewind.
this one.
That's
A
great.
little more appropriate.
Out loud.
It's great. Yeah.
We're everywhere.
We're
That's fine.
fabulous.
Everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Well, I work, something, for talknerdywithus.com, so I always ask, what do you guys nerd out about?
Oh, I
What's
saw
the-
your shirt when I first came in. I went sick Powerline shirt. So that was pretty cool.
Doctor Who, Harry Potter. Doctor Who and Harry Potter.
Disney.
There's a lot of them
All
floating
Disney
around.
things.
I know, I love it.
All Disney things.
My current nerd, Pokemon Go. I've been catching like crazy.
Oh
this
yeah.
weekend.
I always stop doing all this stuff, and then once we get to cons together, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, and then I just start doing it up with you again.
Lindsay's teaching me Pokemon Go.
I am. It's great.
It's fun. I'm
Teaching
learning
Kara
a lot.
about Pokemon.
It's fun.
Is there anything exclusive here this weekend?
No, there's no events. Alas.
What about y'all?
My favorite thing ever is Steven Universe. Ever of all time.
You were just
ever.
talking to someone about it.
Yeah. Steven Universe is my favorite
That's so funny, I didn't know
favorite show. Ever. It's like the most special thing ever made. It's the most important show ever made, in my personal opinion. I feel like I would have come out way sooner if I had had that as a child. Like, it's just such a beautiful show. It's just, it means
I need to
everything to
watch
me.
it then.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's a-
most, you need to
Really?
watch that show. It is seriously the best show ever made.
Okay.
A lot of
the
the friends who are
content,
really who really dig Steven Universe.
Yeah,
And I think if there were more shows like that, I think kids would just probably also be a lot kinder.
Seriously,
Like,
for real.
You know what I mean?
Rebecca
Like-
Sugar.
Like,
Yes,
exactly.
we've come very
right.
far, but even in the time period in which that show was released, was like, that was pretty brave.
Yeah,
No,
no,
absolutely.
it's
Well,
super
even
brave.
even
Yeah.
since it's been released, like there are still parts of it that won't be shown in certain countries.
Oh yeah,
Really?
That
Yes.
makes sense,
There
yeah.
are
It's kind
certain
of like
scenes.
Sailor
Yeah.
Moon, how they were like cousins or
The
something
cousins
instead
are
of
like,
girlfriends.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in Crystal,
They
they
were
rectified
boning.
that, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's just Disney. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And also when you have kids,
Disney
you
princess.
kind of relive it again.
yeah.
You show them all the Disney that you grew up watching, and you find a lot of that stuff was kind of bad. Not at all.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we were
cool.
He'll love you if you don't talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Ariel.
But so it's cool to relive it when you you get to be a kid again too, and then also all of the new Disney is like fantastic. And I have 2 sons, so to see a lot of these really strong female characters for them to like see. It's so important to me. Like my child loves, like my 5-year-old, he loves. What's her name? From Avalor, Princess Elena. Yeah, I love her. She sword fights. She's so freaking cool, and like she's diplomat almost, and like so he sees all of that. And my husband, he's like, well, what about the boys? And I'm like, you had your time. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a million.
Like we get it. Okay, so
That's
that's what I like, especially just you get to relive your childhood with them. It's nice.
Oh, horror movies.
I was about to say
I meant to say that. I just got
I was going to say
distracted.
it for you.
I just got distracted. I have a podcast all about horror movies. It's literally my life. I wrote a horror movie. I'm writing a horror series. Horror. I have a podcast called Women in Caskets. That's all about horror from a feminist perspective. So that is my baby. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street started all when I was 5 years old, and I've been obsessed with that series ever since I was tiny. My dad showed it to me way too young.
I don't think I'm going to show Teddy that. So I don't know if I can handle it.
I guess this has nothing to do with the interview, and I'm sorry, but side anecdotes since we're already there. I showed Iris Jurassic Park when she was 1, and she thought every time someone died they were being like hugged, so she would be like, "Yay!"
Oh, because they would hug them when because they're dead. Oh, so she just thought like death.
She just kept looking at me like, "Yeah." I'm like,
"Oh my god, I love that! Oh, that's hilarious! Oh my god,
oh my gosh,
that's hysterical!"
We might need to have a talk with her when she gets a little older.
So
here's how this
kind of
goes.
Turns out you're not hugged every time you die. Jeez.
I think we're done.
Yeah, right.
Thank you
Thank
so much, everybody,
Thanks for coming.
coming down.
Appreciate it.